This is a short video for ProgrammExpress about ProgrammExpress, the cloud-based portfolio program and project tracking solution. ProgrammExpress is designed in the market for those that want enterprise project management solution, but really want a lighter touch. So don't want labor-intensive manual Excel, Word, but want something a bit more. But not too much. So that's where ProgrammExpress sits in the market. Instantly configurable, can be up and running in 48 hours, configured in half a day, using the corporate branding. So here you'll see the example of the ProgrammExpress logo and your color palette. And what will happen is that you will start to log on to ProgrammExpress as an administrator. And that will take you into what we call our home screen. You can be an administrator, a write access user, a read-only user. In this case, I'm the administrator, and what that means is I can see all projects and see all modules and also make admin configuration changes. But from this home screen, we like to think that you can do most things. So you can open up your portfolio and you can see the different portfolios. You can then open up a specific program and see the projects within the program within the portfolio. This is purely demonstration data, and you make up your portfolio and your structure as you wish. So purely demonstration data. So from this home screen, we've got an instant dashboard of the red, amber, green status of each of the projects. Across each of the modules shown on the home screen as icons, but better described through the Updates tab as commentary, where you put your narrative status in, your planning screen, resourcing, cost management, benefit realization, impact management, if you so wish, risk registers, and logs, which are configured however you want, but are usually issues, decisions, actions, lessons learned, but can be other things as well. So from this screen, you've got the visual of the status and health of your portfolio of activity. If we want to, we can remove the greens and we can remove the ambers, and we can start to see where the problems are within each specific project and each specific module. So I can have the ambers, add the greens back. So as an administrator, we can assume that project managers have been into the portal and they've made updates in these specific areas. And what that allows then is for us to automatically run some real-time reports. So we can either set them up in the reporting screen, or we can use the ones that have already been set up, and it's designed so that there are reports already pre-canned and set up. So from the highest level portfolio, and I could run this from any program, I'm going to run a RAG status report. This is our bread and butter report. And this replaces the need for the summary Excel. You'll see here all our projects. We've got columns of information related to the project, and specifically on this one, we've got the narrative status. What are we focusing on next period? What decisions and escalations do we need to discuss? So that's automatic as long as the project manager has made their updates, which we will come on to. Or maybe you want to have a look at a Gantt chart report. So here again, from the top level, from the portfolio, we can see the plan for every single program and every single project within a program using typical Gantt chart style, but red, amber and green for our taskbars. Red meaning it's missed a date, green meaning it's on track, and amber meaning it's forecasting to be later than what was originally expected by the governance board or the steering group. So this is only useful if project managers make updates. So I'm now going to log on very quickly as a project manager. So not as an administrator, but as a user or a project manager. I'm going to use my own logon, Nick Wilson. And I'm now logging on to the same solution, the same home screen, but it's now filtered specifically around my access levels. So I've been given write access to 5 projects, and you'll see here the view of write access. I could toggle to read access because I've been given read access to the whole portfolio so I can see what else is going on. But specifically, when I log on, I've got access to these 5 projects and only a subset of the modules. So you can keep it as slimline or as rich in functionality as you wish in terms of the modules. So, for example, the impact management is more change management-y. You wouldn't expect a business initiative owner to maybe use that, but you would expect somebody in the business change or business analysis team. So in this instance, we're keeping it fairly simple. So the project manager, in terms of their experience, they're meant to make updates. They'll go into a project. They'll then move along to, in this case, commentary. Click on the square, write a comment within the blank screen, and then save it. And then you've got an audit trail of all comments that are being made against this project. We've got achieve last period, focus for next period, decisions and escalations. These are what we've configured, and you can configure different commentary threads. But this is what will come out in the reports because this is what we've configured. Or we can then move through to the plan. We can have a look at our plan. We can see, have we achieved that? It's an offending task at the moment. Move the dates, change the dates. It's got baseline dates in here, so quite rich in functionality as a project management tool for those that probably use Excel, maybe not so much for those that use Microsoft Project. And then we can move through to resourcing. Made a change there, it's prompting me. And I can review the resources that are working on this project. I can add new resources, move through to the logs. And here we've got issues, actions, decisions, and you can start to build an issue log, a decision log, and indeed you can sort of like start to reorder within the screen actions, decisions, issues, etc. So really quite a straightforward update mechanism for each project. It's consistent, everyone's using the same portal, and when that project manager has made the updates, they may have set up some of their own reports on their home screen. So let's have a look at a one-page summary, PowerPoint style report against BI reporting. And you'll see here, nice plan on a page, which shows the phases, the health of those phases in terms of red, amber, green, bit of financial information, and then some of the commentary threads that have been populated. So the project manager can see how the reports are going to look with the updates they've made. I'm going to run a one-page overview, different type of report, more of a word style report, bit more detail. And here you'll see again commentary, bit more in terms of planning, and then you're starting to look at risks and actions and issues and lessons learned, something that a project manager might use more with their project team than sending into the program office as a program office update. So each project manager very simply makes their updates. As I say, you filter the access depending on what they need to see, to keep the UI as simple as possible. Log back on as an administrator. Assume everybody's made their updates. There are plenty of audit trails to make sure they have. And again, we can run these reports from any level. I could run that from supply chain, and I could run a one-page summary report against all the supply chain projects that, in this case, are filtered as active. So maybe we just want to see the reports that are active. So this will be one pager, and in this case, 2 of those projects in the program are active: warehouse management system and fulfillment process review. Or if I wanted to go up a level and run it, then I'd say exactly the same design of report, but now against all active projects within all programs. So you'll see here we've now got 10 different projects and different reports. So you'll see simply the data import goes in the portal by the project manager, and now we can automatically very quickly start running reports. Another example of a report may be resource usage. So again, anybody who's resource tracking on an Excel spreadsheet, this replaces the need for that, but doesn't go into the really deep dive resource management tools. But you'll see here what the output we're getting is Excel style. We can see the people, what projects they're working on, and what period they're working on, and the tolerance levels, whether they're under allocated or over allocated. But all these resources are aligned to the plan within the project, which means that if the plan moves, then the resource changes with it, as opposed to somebody working independently on an Excel spreadsheet. So these are just some of examples of the reports that we can run. Again, this can be configured, reducing the number of modules if you so wish. It can be configured with all the modules for some and only a few for others, depending on the roles that the user has been allocated. It's very quick to set up and it's very quick to configure. All the admin screens to make the commentary threads yours, so that we're using what you currently use. This can all be done in about half a day, so very quick to set up and very quick and easy to train in, maybe 1 to 2 hours per user. But you will see that it's fairly intuitive and fairly quick to get set up and make it look like your own project's website, if you like. So that was a quick demo for Premier In. Hopefully, if it meets the requirements, if you're looking for something that's more than labour intensive Excel and Word, but less than an enterprise project management solution that is difficult to use, can only be used by a few, and will be expensive, then that's the market that we hit. So hopefully that potentially hits the spot for you, and thank you very much for watching.